inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there right off the bat. 48 yards.
So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stapleton. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Stapleton. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Here comes K.J. Osborne out of his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First down 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Richards. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Romero. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The Saints in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
To throw on 2nd down.
Richards. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Over the middle, complete. It's Romero. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Off-play action. Stapleton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Stapleton finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll go option to the short side. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stapleton. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. Stapleton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
And it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Osborne on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's... The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
And it's picked up by the Panthers.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
To throw on second down, Richards. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Romero.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Operating from the gun, Richards. He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On 1st and 10, Richards. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Back to throw now on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Looking to throw on second down. Stapleton. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Stapleton. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Operating from the gun, Stapleton. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throwing partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Stapleton. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On third down, Stapleton. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Back to throw. Stapleton.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Over the dime look on defense, two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Richards looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 jump plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got a pick before. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Saints take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Richards. And that'll be incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defensive coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw on 3rd down, Stapleton. Open man is Anderson.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Back to him on 1st down. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Off play action. Stapleton rolling to his left. And Thomas has it. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Here's the option. Running right. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Stapleton. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stapleton. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Richards. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Stapleton. To the right side and complete to Thomas. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
109 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
On first down, Stapleton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Here we go.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Stapleton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are right back in this football game.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Richards.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brian Burns, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Richards.
And the comeback clock may stall out. It's intercepted.
Xavier Woods with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll try and run right on the option. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hit the street.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Panthers 20, Saints 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Osborne on the return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the type.
He's got a man, complete.
And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a dump-off here complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Back to throw. Richards on the check down. He finds Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Richards. The quick slant caught.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.